What is up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. And welcome back, guys, to the weekly headliner. We're doing week 6 now of the weekly headliner, guys. A lot of stuff to talk about this week. We got some returning character blitzes and some new blitzes, a new member of the Astonishing X-Men team. We got that blitz this week. We also have Jubilee's legendary event that's also going on. Got some nice little returning events and the Relic Hunt. We also got new raid season, Shadowland team, some very interesting stuff to talk about in the blopples from this past weekend, guys. All right, guys, let's get into it right now. All right, y'all, welcome back. And the first thing of this week is that we got Blitz. We got some coming blitzes this week, some recurring characters, I said, right? Well, one recurring character. I don't know why I said some recurring characters. But the first character blitz this week is going to be Killmonger. And this is, once again, one of their, Black History Month celebration things. Killmonger is going to be the first character blitz for this week. And he's a pretty important character, I think, in the game. In a lot of ways, Chaos Theory, Wakandans, you want to have Killmonger there. He's a big damage dealer for that team. Payday event. He's a part of the Merc. He's a Merc character. He has that Merc tag, right? So you can use him, in that Payday event. Also, he's a part of that very important, strong war defensive Merc team, so that's another area you can use him. It also saves you an opportunity of having to farm him in the raid store, target farm him in the raid store. I know a lot of people don't typically target farm in the raid store. They normally open up their orbs, but if you're someone that target farms, this is going to save you an opportunity from going after, Killmonger in that raid store. So I think pretty good blitz. If you are in the earlier, let's say mid-ish game part, right? Or even earlier too, beginner blitz or whatever, this is a character that's going to help you in multiple different areas of the game. Like I said, Merc's team, Payday event where you get your gold, and where you get your gold, when you get some gold orbs. That happens once every month. Chaos Theory also happens once every month too. So pretty important character, I think. And definitely, I'm going to want to go after that. The next character blitz is going to be a new character blitz, not for Iceman. It's going to be for Bishop, another member of the Astonishing X-Men team. And Bishop looks really good, man. That kit looking crazy, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now. He is a massive damage dealer. Looked at the stats, for Bishop. He's pretty up there in health, in armor, damage. Like he's gonna do well. It lacks a little bit on the speed, but when you think about it, right, Jubilee's gonna be speeding him up in raids, so even that might take care of that a little bit too. But it looks like a really good character. I think both Bishop and Jubilee are gonna potentially have some usage outside of raids too. So I'm looking forward to that, or maybe some hybrid teams, on raids. That might be another potential thing, but I like their interaction. I like Bishop. The numbers are going to be pretty high on Bishop, though. I will say that. For Killmonger, the numbers I don't think are going to be that high because, a lot of us late game players or later game players, I'm more mid to early late game. I already have Killmonger at 7 stars, so I'm good there. For Bishop, that's not the case. He's a new character, right? So everybody is going to be gunning for Bishop, especially considering that he is going to be the primary damage dealer for that Axeman team. So numbers are going to be in this range, right? The top numbers, 45, top 135, top 2 to 3, 24. You're going to see a new blitz, schedule or predictions go out today, but this is what I'm working with right now, working off. This is what the previous sort of cutoff numbers were, prediction numbers, so figure out what you got to do, right? Whether it's 3 to 4 or, 5 to 7 or doing all full 8 rotations a day, you're definitely going to want to go after this guy, man. I think he's very, very, very good. And then the next event, this biggest event, I think, of this week, man, is going to be Jubilee. Jubilee is coming to Marvel Strike Force. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I first heard that she was introduced as a legendary, I was like, who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? But I have since warmed up to it. The kit looks good. Like I said, her interaction, the partnership between her and Bishop are solid, and it makes me excited about the team. I think the team is going to be very good in raids. I am not quite sure about where else they're going to be useful. That is my concern. I think that's probably a concern for a lot of the players in the community. But I think in general, man, this is going to be a good good team, good character, good partnership in Bishop and in Jubilee. So that gets me excited. Also, nostalgia, right? I love mutant characters. I love X-Men characters. I'm super excited about it in general. It's gonna be my first legendary suit that I'm gonna be able to unlock on first pass. While we talk about unlock on first pass, the requirements, if you don't remember, 5-star Pimtech characters, the recommended is level 60, 4 reds, gear tier 11, level 6, and then 10% star tech. The 60 and 11 we can all control, right? We can all kind of gear up, level up, and then gear up. But the issue is the 4 reds. We can't guarantee those. What I'm doing right now, what I have available, for me with my Pimtech team, I'll show it to you. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if it's going to work yet. We'll see. Maybe those new difficulty recommendations are going to be like what I need, but I got a G15 Ghost. I got G14 Ghost. I brought up Yellow Jacket to 60 and 10, and I got everybody else at level 55 and gear tier 9. I'm kind of making up for it a little bit with Ant-Man being at 7 and 4, I think, 7 and 5. So I'm hoping that will take care of him. I'm hoping with Yellow Jacket being at 10, I might need to take him to 11, but I really don't want to bring Stature and Wasp anywhere higher than gear tier 9 because I'm not going to use them, so I'm hoping this is enough. I'll let you guys know. I will report back to you guys. Gonna need those extra shards over with this new Reminex Shake It calendar in order for me to be able to get those 5 stars on Ghost. But looking forward to getting Jubilee. Let me know what you guys are pushing for in regards to, how far are you going to level up your team in order for you to be able to unlock Jubilee. And if you're not going to unlock Jubilee, there's going to be a next pass. So don't even worry about it, baby. You're going to get there, right? Don't even worry about it. Another event or other events for this week is going to be the Relic Hunt event. Electra is, as we saw this week, got a rework, so a little bit more important now, as a character overall, I think, in the game with that new Shadowland team, but then Relic Hunt in general is very important too. I have neglected it often. I'm 600 plus days in the game, and I have neglected it. I got to level up some of my hand characters. Just haven't gotten around to it because hand is just not very good, and I don't really want to, so... But you do get a lot of rewards for this here. This is happening this week. The rewards that you get for it, these catalysts, yeah, the blue ones, but you're also getting the purple ones. ABCs are going to be for it. If you're an earlier player, man, ABCs are so important. You run out of them. I'm hearing even a lot of late game players are still having issues with ABCs with all these new characters being introduced into Marvel Strike Force. So listen, I don't do what I did, right? Get your hand team, geared up. The recommendations are usually here too, right? For this is 50 and 8. I don't think you need to bring everybody to 50 and 8. Probably just the more important hand characters for your 4, and then for 5, 60 and 9. You can normally see what the recommendations are, and typically you can get through it, with some decent, investment into some of the important hand characters, like the Hand Sentry, Nobu, Elektra, those type of characters. Normally probably get the higher investment in order for you to get the most out of this event. And then kind of the last event itself, for this week, we're going to talk about some other things that are happening at the end of the week, but one of the last events for this week is going to be this one right here that's actually going on right now for you guys. For me, it hasn't started yet because I'm recording this the day before, but for you guys, a double drop for Falcon. This is another one of those Black History Month celebrations. Thank you, Scopey, for doing this, by the way. Much appreciated. Showing some appreciation or representation for that. Thank you very much for doing that. Double drop event, though, I wanted to mention Falcon in general, very good character, I think, or usable character in the game in terms of, your blaster challenge. He's going to be very good there. He's also going to be important for your power armor team, a very good war offense team in the game. And then also, as you get towards the latter part of the game, in your Doom Chapter 3 campaign, the power armor team I heard is actually I haven't even finished the last 3 nodes yet, but what's been recommended to me so far is using power armor to get through Doom Chapter 3, 7, the nodes in 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9 nodes in Doom Chapter 3. I'm hearing that power armor is actually a very usable team or very good team that you can use there. So, Falcon shards, very important for your double drop events. Remember that those normally go live at 8, at night. Well, not 8, but at your store, your offer reset time. So whenever your offers reset, whatever time that is for you, that's normally when the double drop event goes live. My recommendation is to farm the character then, when it goes live, and then, you'll have another opportunity to farm again once your day reset hits. So therefore you get 2 opportunities at the double drop. So that's my recommendation. Those are the events for this week. Let's move on to some other things here, guys. All right, big week last week. We had a lot of stuff go on. Patch week. Got a new team introduced in the Marvel Strike Force, the Shadowland team, with 2 new characters, Moon Knight. We also got White Tiger. 2 really cool characters, look really good on paper, and also they're in MSF.gg now. Some stats are also available for them too. Their kits are also there. Envoy vids were done on the new Shadowland team. Reworks for Night Nurse, Elektra, and also Daredevil, which I think are very welcome reworks, man. The fact that, they weren't out good for that long. Night Nurse was begging for a rework, so pretty excited about that portion of it. The team, there are definitely some concerns. There's supposed to be a Black Order counter, or they could counter, the Black Order team. I think it's a punch across, and then also I think Marauders punch across or something like that too. Asgardians, if anybody cares about Asgardians, they're also a team that could counter that team too. On paper, they actually look very good. I think people are reserved and concerned though, because the Skill Military team was also marketed as a team that could do a punch across against Marauders. A lot of people built that team up, and then it did not go as anticipated or expected, which I definitely understand as a concern. But with the Shadowland team, man, Scopely, I'm cautiously optimistic for this reason. Number one, the kits look better than the Skill Military team. That's the first thing. This is actually a full team, which is another thing for me, as opposed to it being kind of like a partial team taking, Killmonger and put it on a Skill Military team. Like for me, this looks like more of a full team, well thought out in a sense. And they're also saying this, which I think is big. Things are subject to change, and that they also are saying that the reason why it's subject to change is because they want to make sure that the team is actually going to do what they said that it's supposed to do, right? It works well. So for me, that's why there is definitely some optimism for me with this team. Number one, the kits look better, the animations and everything like that in the videos, that looks really good. And also that they are being cautious and careful with how they release this team. So for that reason, I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think this team might, even if you are not earlier, but let's say mid-game-ish player, right? This team might actually be a good team for you to beat some other teams other than BO and Marauders too. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. Like I said, concerns, definitely think that they're going to be a good team. Looking forward to them. I am concerned about the T4s too. You do need some T4s on Night Nurse, Daredevil, and Elektra in order for them to actually work with the Shadowland team, for their kits to work with the Shadowland team. So that's a little bit of a concern, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, guys. The other thing that I really was concerned about, or mildly concerned about when it comes to the blog post, was the Lunar Festival event. So this event here, celebrate the Year of the Ox with explosive rewards in the upcoming Lunar Festival event. Light the fuse on explosive rewards with limited time events. The Well Wishes milestone. Spend power cores to hit daily milestones that reward Lunar credits along with various other rewards. Spend power cores, definitely a concern. Power cores are, it's another currency, right, in the game that we don't get an abundance of. We get a good amount of it, but not an abundance of. So spending power cores is a concern. But I remember that there was a previous event. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But I feel like there was a previous event where we had to spend power cores, but we were also getting power cores in a calendar login. So I don't know if they plan on doing that, with the calendar login. If there is no calendar login, then I'm hoping that the cores that we're spending are going to be kind of like our daily campaign energy, our 50 core campaign energy refreshes. I'm hoping that it's going to be that, and that's going to allow us to hit all of our milestones. What you're going to be getting is the lunar orbs, to get orange, purple, blue, gear, probably most likely, right? Mega orbs, gold, and more. And then the Cheerful Celebration Alliance milestone. Earn points by opening lunar orbs, hitting milestones, which are then going to reward gear tier 15 mini uniques. Definitely need those for myself right now. Elite 5 credits. Advanced and superior basic catalyst parts. A 5 star character draft featuring only named characters and then various gear. So once again, guys, I am hoping that they're going to be giving you some extra cores here. or if not giving you extra cores, that you're gonna be able to do it by doing your regular core stuff. I know I'm probably stupidly optimistic. I get it, guys. I know. But I'm trying to think positively here as opposed to negative. There's a lot of negativity going on, and from myself, some of it from me, when it comes to MSF right now. So I'm trying to stay positive. All right, guys. Mojo's Mayhem Season 3 is gonna be featuring Beast. So we're gonna have an opportunity here to get some Beast shards, by doing our RTA. I don't fully like this. I like that we finally have an opportunity to get shards for Beast, right? There's the free route, just going and getting all your 100 objectives, and I think you get maybe 45 shards for it or something like that, or 55 shards. I don't remember what it is. If you spend the $20, I typically spend the 20 just so that I can get the milestones up top, because a lot of those G15 uniques are up there and I need a lot of them. So I've been going after it by spending those 20 and then completing those objectives. So, I don't like that Beast I don't fully like that Beast is in it. I do like that I'm going to be able to get Beast shards. I wish that he was farmable, not fountainable. I wish that he was farmable. Fountainable is him being here in Mojo. You can obtain his shards, right? But farmable would have been him going to a node or going to like a store. Electro is farmable, Swarm is farmable now, Squirrel Girl is farmable, even though it's a late game node, but they're farmable. This Beast is not farmable. So, that a little bit concerns me. There is also a delay, a 7-day cooldown, from the event starting. So it won't start until this Friday. The last one just ended this past Friday for Yellow Jacket, so the new one won't start until this Friday. 7-day cooldown. I know some people weren't really happy about it, but think about it. We need a break from RTA. We need a break from something in this game. We've been blitzing like crazy. We're still going to be blitzing like crazy with Bishop coming this week, Iceman back again next week, and then Bishop again. Like, we're going to be going really, really long when it comes to these blitzes. So it's kind of nice to get that 7-day cooldown. RTA, with the new objectives that they introduced for the last season, made it a little bit of a slog. So I'm actually happy with the 7-day cooldown. And I know that I'm probably not the only one that feels that way. I know we probably would like to have it back, but I'm pretty cool with this. The next thing here, and probably the last thing, is going to be Nick Fury. Nick Fury is going permanent right now, and I think it's about time. It's about time that Nick Fury went permanent, man. Boy. Nick Fury's good. Nick Fury's good. It's just the characters that you have to get him that make him not seem that great, but Nick Fury's actually very usable in the game. Big right now, I know, in beta raids for those skill tech lanes. Nick Fury is a good character. It's just that you got to use Kree minions to get him, and that frustrates, me and probably a lot of the other player base, right? Maybe not. I just get frustrated sometimes. But for Nick Fury, man, I'm glad that he's going permanent. I'm curious whether or not they're going to be making him a level of a 3-star unlock, like how they did with Iron Man. And they also mentioned that they're going to be making more legendary events, on a long-term basis, or available on a long-term basis too. So that is something that I'm also looking forward to. I think Star-Lord is probably the next one. Star-Lord event was also announced too. So he's going to be the next legendary after Jubilee. I'm thinking probably a character like maybe Invisible Woman probably could go permanent. Invisible Woman is important. I didn't say Shuri because Shuri is Chaos Theory. She started Chaos Theory. They're not going to want to give that away. But I think Invisible Woman, Nick Fury probably make the most sense next in terms of legendaries that would go permanent. Definitely not Phoenix, right? Even though she's been around for a while, definitely not Phoenix, but definitely I think probably Invisible Woman and Star-Lord make the most sense for the next legendaries. If they are going to make it Nick Fury a 3-star unlock, I will say this: for beginner players, this might be a team to consider. Because a lot of beginner players will always ask me the question, or always ask the question in general, like, hey, like, who do I use for Ultimates raids? The Shield team with Nick Fury can do some of those early raids, those early Ultimates raids for you. And they're also pretty good in those Greek raids too, because a lot of those lanes, like tech, skill, stuff like that, you could use Shield. So, this might change the dynamic in terms of who to go for beginners. Obviously, Kree minions still make it kind of tough, and of course, like Kree oracles in the raid store, so that also kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. But I think it would make things a little bit easier for some earlier players. But listen, guys, this is it. This is it for the weekly headliner, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Love y'all so much. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe.